Hey everyone, welcome to the Explainer. Now, if your school is gearing up for a League of Christian Schools accreditation visit, you might be feeling, well, a little bit of anxiety, right? The idea of an external team coming in to evaluate your campus, it definitely sounds like an intimidating audit. But look, I am here to be your tour guide today and help you reframe this whole thing. We're going to break down exactly what to expect from the 3-day site visit, the stakeholder interviews, and those classroom observations. By the end of this, you'll see exactly why this visit isn't some high-stakes test to stress over, but actually a celebrated milestone for your entire school community. To really set the stage, it helps to anchor this impending visit in the League's core philosophy. Right at the very beginning of their training material, they actually reassure school staff with this exact verse: "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." It's a powerful reminder, you know? This entire process is built on a solid foundation of faith and support. You aren't doing this alone. The visiting team fully recognizes the hard work, the heart, and the dedication you pour into your students every single day. And really, that leads us to the fundamental purpose of this entire process. Accreditation is a journey of continuous improvement. The goal here isn't perfection, it's validation. The visiting team is literally just there to validate that you've met high standards, and most importantly, to recognize that your school is actively on a journey of continuous improvement. Just knowing that should immediately help ease some of those pre-visit jitters. They want to see your growth, not just some flawless, polished finish. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today. Visit overview, logistical prep, stakeholder interviews, classroom observations, and finally, the wrap-up. Section 1, the 3-day visit overview. So the entire site visit takes place over just 3 fast-paced days. It kicks off pretty simply. The team arrives, they settle in over dinner, and they review their schedule and roles. Then, the real core of the visit kicks in, observing every single class and conducting those crucial stakeholder interviews. Finally, it all wraps up with reporting and a final meeting. It's a highly structured, totally predictable process from start to finish. No surprises. Section 2, scheduling and logistical prep. Now, before the visiting team even steps foot in the building, there are some practical necessities your administration has to handle. Foremost among them, providing complete class schedules. The team needs to observe every class seamlessly by clearly noting when teachers are actively teaching, and honestly, just as importantly, when they're on a planning period or taking a much-needed coffee break, you prevent observers from awkwardly walking into an empty, dark room. Section 3, navigating stakeholder interviews. Let's talk about interviews. The truth is they're incredibly straightforward. The visiting team will sit down with different stakeholder groups, which usually means parents, staff, board members, and your secondary students. During these sessions, they're really just focusing on 3 main topics. First, what do you like the most about the school? Second, what are the areas where you'd actually like to see some improvement? And third, they just want to know your general feelings about the school environment. It's essentially a listening session. It's a chance for your community's voice to be heard by an objective party. Now, what's really interesting here is how it clearly contrasts the visiting team's true supportive goal against a pretty common yet totally false fear. A lot of people worry a visiting team is there to somehow change the school's mission or vision. Absolutely not their job. Instead, their true goal is to act as a supportive mirror, finding ways to help you move toward continuous improvement and better achieve the mission you already have in place. Section 4, inside the classroom observations. Teachers, take a deep breath, seriously. When a team member steps into your classroom, they operate under a very strict observer's rule. Just observe. There is absolutely no talking, no interrupting your lesson, and definitely no interrogating you in front of your students. You are the professional in the room. They are literally just a fly on the wall, taking some notes. But of course, that naturally leads to a burning question, right? If they're just sitting back quietly in the corner of your classroom with a notepad, what are they actually looking for? Are they secretly judging your bulletin boards, critiquing your handwriting on the whiteboard? The answer is beautifully simple. They are looking at student engagement. That's it. They want to see how the students are actively interacting with and participating in the lesson being presented at that specific time. They're looking at the learners. Are the kids focused? Are they participating? Are they grasping the material you're teaching? This means you do not need to put on a grand theatrical performance. You just need to teach your students the exact same way you do on any normal Tuesday. Section 5, the final day wrap-up. By day 3, all the heavy lifting of the observations and interviews is completely done. The visiting team will use this final day to execute a very specific sequence. First, they tie up loose ends. If they have any lingering questions, this is the time they ask them. Second, they collaborate to write up the official report based on all the data they've gathered. And finally, the whole visit culminates in a formal wrap-up meeting with the principal or head of school to discuss their findings. So the absolutely crucial point to remember here is this. It's all about verifying continuous improvement. The league's training strongly stresses that leading up to this visit, your school has already been looking at survey data, analyzing student performance, creating action plans. You get the idea. You've already documented your meetings and your progress. This 3-day site visit is simply the league sending a team to verify the amazing work and the continuous improvements your school is already undertaking. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this final, vital question. How will your school embrace this 3-day visit as a collaborative opportunity for growth, rather than a test? Because honestly, when you strip away all the anxiety, what you're left with is a dedicated team of professionals who are coming to your campus to support you, encourage you, and help you be the absolute best school you can be. Take that perspective back to your campus, keep doing your great work, and embrace the journey ahead. Thanks so much for joining me today.